So firstly, this is what we are going to cover in the topic, importance of business intelligence. So firstly, what are the challenges in decision making? Next is what business intelligence is all about. What makes it important? Then we'll discuss the components of a BI system. Then we'll discuss what is IBM Cognos 10 BI, and then different components that we have in IBM Cognos 10 BI. Okay, so the first thing about business intelligence is the current challenges. Current challenges or pain points that the current reporting system or current MIS system has. Maybe a traditional MIS system, with a traditional MIS system, generally these kinds of problems are seen. Firstly, the first point is data everywhere, information nowhere, which means we have the chunks of data captured from all the enterprise systems, the operational systems, transactional systems that you have in your enterprise. But to process this data and make it change it to actionable information, that is the key job of BI. That thing is missing in the traditional systems. Then the next thing is the user requirements. In terms of user requirements, we can talk about the formats. And a user may want a particular report in Excel. Another user might want the same report in PDF. So we need to look for a platform which is format independent, which can publish the results in Excel, any versions of Excel, or maybe in PDF or XML, or maybe even in simple HTML. Again, there is something called on-demand and on-schedule. So on-demand is basically ad hoc requests for reports. Today, the CEO wants to look into a particular financial report that needs to be generated. So on-demand reports, and again on-schedule reports. So on-schedule means Monday morning we want a particular report. So how to go about that? If you create the report in a BI system and schedule it for the Monday morning, that report will get generated on every Monday morning. So, and you can just check that particular report when you are in office if it is set to your emails. Okay. The next thing is reporting takes a long time. With traditional MIS systems, there are various ways of reporting actually, but the most common I have seen in my tenure is the SQL scripts are written, and through that Excel files are generated, which takes a long amount of time. Maybe for a particular MIS, talking about the telecom domain, maybe the month-end reports takes 5 to 6 days, all the reports that they generate. Now, if there is some problem with that particular report, then it will be like maybe you want to add a particular column, then you have to run the full set of reports again, and that will eventually result in a loss of resources and a loss of records. The next point is security. Now, if we are talking about security, the main problem here is if we are distributing the reports, we need to distribute in such a way that every user gets to see what his privileges are for. Naturally, in Excel, there is no such feature. If you're sending the Excel report through emails, or maybe you're sending it via PDF, you cannot hide a particular column if you want to, otherwise you will have to edit that particular file directly. There is, you cannot do that automatically. You cannot have the system to do it automatically. Then the next part is delivery of to business users. That means how do we send the reports to business users? Naturally, the most important thing is every user needs those reports in their emails. So on Monday morning, I need my Monday morning reports. Friday evening, I need my Friday evening reports maybe. So these are scheduled accordingly, and these are sent to the user groups through emails. So your mail server is used, the network mail server is used, and emails are sent. Even if you are looking for a particular report to be printed every Monday morning before you go for a particular meeting, that can be done too. You need to schedule it to a particular printer, so it will get printed at that point of time, and you can use that. That is done in classical BI systems, not in traditional systems. So delivery to business users is always a problem with traditional systems. Then multiple versions of enterprise data. I'll give you an example. Think about a meeting where five people are attending. Everybody have the same data, but only the versions are different. That means somebody has the latest data, somebody has 15 days old data, somebody has 30 days old data. So in that particular meeting, like the results that they have in their reports are entirely different. So they cannot make a particular decision in this meeting due to the data that they have. The versions are different. So we need to find a system where the versioning of data is correct, data is always up to date, and available to the business users can always access it and draw reports on it. Okay, now we'll move to the next slide, which talks about business intelligence. So business intelligence is generally about providing the right information to the right people at the right time, so that they can take the right decisions. So that is the core principle in business intelligence. That is the base, you can call it. So the next thing is it is an enterprise-wide platform that supports reporting and analysis. Not only reporting and analysis, there is something called dashboarding too. So it's a platform that your company is using. It is implemented. This is an enterprise-wide platform in which you can do your reporting, analysis, and dashboarding together, which will eventually help in decision making. Now let's come to the third point, which talks about BI leads to fact-based decision making, which means decisions are made on the information, the actionable information that we are actually processing. We are actually processing the data, the transactional data from the traditional systems, and we are putting them into actionable information. That actionable information leads us to fact-based decision making. Okay. The next thing is single version of truth. Single version of truth again goes like where we discussed about various versions of data. Suppose like the meeting example that I had given, where different people have different versions of data. So in this case, we always have a single version of data. It is always up to date, and we are drawing our reports on that. Okay. BI includes reporting and analysis. That's what we are going to discuss next. Okay. The next point is, why is BI so important? Firstly, it changes the data into actionable information, which helps the decision makers in your organization to take the right business decisions. The next point is BI brings visibility to the lowest levels of data. Maybe some particular faulty product has, due to that particular faulty product, there had been so many returned items, but you are not being able to realize that how much is the impact unless you look into what is the what has been the quantity of products that has returned, and what is the profit that was there, but eventually the products were returned, so there was no profit like that. So analyzing these kind of factors For analyzing these kind of factors, you need to dig deep into your data. So you need to look into the granular levels of the data. That visibility you can gain with BI software. Okay. Now, different aspects of business can be linked together, which means suppose there is some particular trainings that you are giving to your employees for health hazards. So how it's impacting the finance. So you need to relate these factors, the training department, their budgets, and finance. So these things need to be linked together. That can be done within business intelligence or business analytics. Okay. The next part is there is something called trend spotting or pattern spotting. So in case of diverse data, there might be some trends and patterns that can only be seen through some graphical formats, not in a tabular format. They go unnoticed. So a graphical format, by that we mean charts, graphs, etc. That is a must-have for a BI system. Okay. BI system always tells you the current situation that your company is in and suggests you, like from looking at your reports, your decision makers can decide what will be the best action for you. Okay. The next is all business users have the same information. That only means, this we have already discussed, is the single version of truth that we are discussing. The data is at the same level, so there is no discrepancy in data among the users. Then we have the components of BI. In components of BI, the first part is data, which is the core component. This comes from the transactional systems that we have in the enterprise. Now, this is the transactional system or the production systems. That's what that's from where the data is coming, and then we need to gather these data and club them into a single place. That's what is called data model, and the process is called data modeling. And then what will we do when we have put that into a single place? We'll present the data in different formats. There is something called queries or ad hoc reporting. Another thing is professional reporting or enterprise standard reporting. Then we have analysis. Then we have alerts and proactive notification that can be sent to the business users. Then we'll come to scorecards and dashboards. We're going to discuss all these points here. Okay. Now, we talk about IBM Cognos 10 BI. In IBM Cognos 10 BI, it's a full business intelligence suite where you have the capabilities like reporting, analysis, dashboarding, scorecarding, etc., etc. Okay. Then, what Cognos 10 BI does to your organization is it enables you to take smarter decisions, faster decisions, to achieve better results, and you can always analyze your trends, the trend or patterns, opportunities that you might have, the weaknesses and threats. Okay. Now the next thing is, what are the capabilities that you might have, the additional capabilities that I was talking about that is in the last section of this presentation, is something like collaborative BI or mobile BI. Apart from the BI section, core BI section, which includes reporting, queries, and analysis, dashboarding. Apart from that, there are some things like collaborative BI, mobile BI, planning and budgeting. So if these are integrated with BI, like it gives you a full-fledged experience where you can take much better decisions and the users can actually collaborate among themselves. And suppose a particular group of users, suppose your finance team, they want to take a decision. So all the finance team members can collaborate among themselves on a particular analysis and make their decision. And through mobile BI, the content is shared over mobile or maybe a tablet PC. Okay, the next part is, this is just a screenshot of the Cognos welcome page that you get once you have installed and configured the product. So the first two links that we have are called Business Insight, which actually say create my dashboards of the business reports. These are basically Business Insight, which is the dashboarding capability in Cognos. The next link that you see says Query My Data. This is for Query Studio, in which we create ad hoc queries. The next one is Analyze My Business, which is for Analysis Studio, where we do collab analysis. The next one is Author Advanced Reports, that is Report Studio for professional or enterprise standard reporting. Last one is Manage My Events, is for Event Studio, which is about managing the events, alerts, and notifications. Okay, these are the different components that we are going to discuss. You can see the screenshots here about Business Insight, Query Studio, Analysis Studio, Report Studio, etc. Here we'll describe them. The first one is Framework Manager. This is the data modeling tool. That is not a web tool, that's why you cannot see it in the previous page. That is a separate installation that you need to do for this particular product. And the other things are Query Studio, which is again a web-based tool, which does the ad hoc querying part and gives answer to a particular business question that you might have. Report Studio, wherein you can create enterprise standard reports, which may include multi-page or multi-query reports. There might be a number of data sources included. Okay. In Analysis Studio, complex analysis are done for things like slicing, dicing, or drill up, drill down. These concepts are actually put into practice in Analysis Studio. Okay. Then we have Business Insight. Business Insight is a new concept which is about dashboarding, wherein you can create a dashboard because each particular business user has his own way of analyzing the data. So for that, they need to create separate dashboards. Like the dashboard is about personalized content. So you may want to see the things A, B, and C. I may want to see A and B only. So there are personalized contents that helps users to take their business decisions. That's why dashboarding comes into picture, so that you can create your personalized dashboards. And Event Studio, the last one is Event Studio, which is the management console for events, alerts, and notifications. There is a question which is about the difference between analytics and business intelligence. So actually, you can call analysis as a superset of business analytics as a superset of business intelligence, wherein business intelligence is only considered to do reporting, analysis, or reporting analysis or querying. In case of analysis, you can also integrate it with the other products like mobile BI and collaborative BI. So in case of analytics, you are actually you are using that actionable information that BI produces to take your business decisions. Okay. Then we have another question, which is, are the reports with inline queries slower than one written in the procedures. Okay. Inline, see, by inline queries, I think what you are trying to say is if you are going to create the query for a particular report and put that query so that you are directly hitting the database and fetching the data from there. And the procedures that we are talking about, procedures is a different thing. How BI works is completely different. It depends on the data model. The data model that has been created, depending on that data model, optimized queries are generated by the BI systems automatically, which hit the database, which are already performance optimized. So if you are trying to hit the database directly, maybe you are trying to run a particular procedure, or maybe you are writing the queries yourself, that will not give you the optimal performance. What will give you the optimal performance is to use the BI system in modeling, and then leverage that particular modeling in accessing the data from your reports or analysis. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. Okay. So on page, we have already described